All right, this is big time. Going to be a quick one today. We're going to do a larger show tomorrow. I found the African American Studies Advanced Placements course that was banned in Florida, and we're going to read it and go through the syllabus. I want to see whether we're truly denying Black people their place in American history, or if it's just full of a bunch of race Marxists, typical grifters like Ta-Nehisi Coates and Ibram X. Kendi and the small hats woman who wrote White Fragility. If it's just more race grifting, white people bad for everything, guilty bullshit. We'll be reading that tomorrow. So today's going to be a quick one. Just got a couple stories. So we'll start with Andy Ngo being banned off Twitter because apparently when you tell conservatives are about to be attacked, you have to be blocked and censored. Andy Ngo locked out of Twitter after reporting on Antifa plan to attack TPUSA Oregon event. Okay, so this is a message for Charlie Kirk. You stupid, small-faced fuck. You need armed security. You need to hire Kyle Rittenhouse, get him with his AR-15, and if anybody touches any of your people, he can put that on another 3 communists, okay? Pretty simple. I'm sure he'll work for free. So here's Andy Ngo. Hashtag Antifa in Eugene, Oregon has announced plans to attack TPUSA campus event today featuring Black speakers. Antifa tell their members to wear black uniforms, masks. Yes, in other words, assault people. So they should be fucking, So if you assault people with weapons, hey, I hope Oregon has gun laws. You deserve to be shot. I don't attack people for no reason because of what they're saying. I have self-control, okay? On Tuesday evening, the post-millennial editor-at-large, Andy Ngo, was locked out of his Twitter account after tweeting out plans from Oregon Antifa members to attack a Turning Point USA campus event. A screenshot of Twitter's message regarding the violation states that Ngo violated Twitter rules with no further reason given. Yes, because they're Antifa sympathizers. They're pro-censorship. Fuck them. In order for his account to be unlocked, Twitter stated that the offending tweet must be deleted. He should have a phone number directly to Charlie Kirk. You locked your account. Yeah, they're going to be. So in other words, when certain people of a certain political leaning are attacked, it's okay on Twitter. Fuck you. Musk, you need to get off Eliza Blue's. You need to get Eliza, whatever her name is, off your dick and do your fucking job. The tweet in question revealed that Antifa members in Eugene, Oregon plan to attack a Turning Point USA event scheduled to take place at the University of Oregon at 6 p.m. PST. The Turning Point USA event is set to feature Olympic skeleton racer Anthony Watson and MAGA Hulk Stephen Davis. So here's their flyer. No peace police, no tone police. Leave your phone at home. Become ungovernable. Be a nuisance. Prevent them from spreading hate. Bash the fash. Interesting. A post stated that members would show up wearing black bloc. Everything I just read. And then, Charlie Kirk tweets instead of hiring armed security to blow some of these fuckers away. Just hire armed security. I'd be like, yeah, sure, you can show up, but if you do anything, we're going to defend ourselves. While Ngo's account has been looking for reporting, again, Kyle Rittenhouse, he has a good record. Accounts posting the flyer for the Antifa attack still remain active. Well, yeah, of course they do. You guys have to stop playing by the fucking rules. You have the Second Amendment, use it. Twitter-owned Elon Musk has stated that accounts like those belonging to Antifa group and members, it's all words. In November, Ngo responded to a thread from Elon Musk in which the Twitter owner asked users, if you see anything that Twitter needs to address, to which Ngo replied, a large number of Antifa accounts operate on Twitter to promote riots, give tips on how to commit violent crimes, and post names, photos, and addresses of targets plus their family members. Right. Incitement to violence will result in account suspension, Musk stated. Additional posts have been removed from Ngo's account by Twitter as part of what appears to be a mass reporting campaign, including one reporting on a far-left Minneapolis group calling for violence at a Jordan Peterson event, as well as one on Los Angeles Antifa member Visual C stating that American surfer Bethany Hamilton, who recently made a post against the World Surf League allowing biological males to compete against women, should have been killed by the shark that took her arm at the age of 13. Yeah, well, I think you should be killed. How's that? You like that? Leave people alone. Not everybody's going to back down from you. You understand? You motherfuckers are going to, keep pushing people. Ridiculous. Oh, the hurty words. Yeah, well, bullets hurt more. Ridiculous. Keep fucking with the wrong people, bro. All right, next story we got. They're coming for women's spaces. Man who identifies as transgender files legal complaint against Korean sauna after being denied access to nude women's space. Well, you're a man. You have a dick. Stay out of the ladies' locker room. That's easy, right? A man who, oh, you're going to kill yourself? Well, here's your bleach, bro. Here's your knife. Here's your gun. Playing traffic. I don't care. Oh, you can't take a shower around 5-year-old little girls and you're going to kill yourself? Bye. Don't care. Not going to miss you. A man who identifies as transgender has filed a legal complaint against the New Jersey sauna over discrimination. Yeah, you're the victim on the basis of gender identity. Alexia Ali Gobert was denied access to the women's section of King Spa and Sauna in Palisades Park on the basis of his sex, a move he claims over a violation of the New Jersey law against discrimination. 3 months ago, King Spa and Sauna called my bluff. Plot twist, I wasn't bluffing. Gobert, who was a U.S. Army vet and a law school graduate, filed the complaint to the State's Department of Law and Public Safety on October 7, 2022, over the incident, which he states occurred last year on August 14th. Gobert also is the owner of White Crow Martial Arts, so all your kids need to be taken away from this crazy motherfucker located in Watertown, New York, where he teaches the Korean combat sport of Taekwondo. Get all your kids away from this psycho. King Spa and Sauna is a facility inspired by the Korean Jimjilbang, a sex-segregated public bathhouse intended for rejuvenation and health benefits. Bathing areas are sex-segregated as they intend to be used nude. The spa's website makes specific note of this custom. Right, so in other words, now you're going after, hey man, I thought the Asians were a minority. So now on the victim total poll, transgender people with mental disorders are now higher than Koreans, huh? Interesting. If you are a K-Spa newbie and uncomfortable being nude, you could skip the bathhouse, change to the spa uniform in the locker room, and go straight to the saunas. For bathhouse users, you must be fully nude, it advises, according to the complaint. So he's mad he couldn't walk around showing his dick and balls to a bunch of women. Is that right? I really don't. I'm past hearing your side of the story. I don't care anymore. Okay? You're a man. Stay with the men. That's it. Oh, people don't like you? Too bad. Gobert was inspired a male token when he arrived at King Spa and Sauna, which did not align with his mental disorder. Additionally, Gobert alleges that he was asked whether he had undergone genital surgery by a staff member who stated, "Have you changed your front?" To which he replied, "No." In accordance with the facility's policy, Gobert was told he was prohibited from entering the women's section, where female patrons made use of the hot tubs and wet saunas because those areas required nudity. Right. So he wants to show his dick to a bunch of women and he wants to get away with it and he expects everyone to bow down. Fuck you. Instead, the complaint states Gobert was told to use the co-ed area, which required that guests be clothed. Dissatisfied with being denied entry to the area where women were undressed, he complained. The general manager then issued him a refund and asked him to leave the premises. Good for you. Good for you. Here's your money. Get the fuck out. Good for you. Private business. You don't like that, right? You don't like it? Like when Twitter banned Trump. Oh, private business. Private business, you psychopath. Get the fuck out. I don't like you. Get out. I wish this place only served Koreans. That wouldn't bother me one bit. It's a Korean-owned shop, and they only serve Koreans. First Amendment, the right to self-associate. I don't know what to tell you. Instead, the complaint states, Gobert was told to use the co-ed, blah, blah, blah. According to legal claims documents, the general manager of King Spa and Sauna is alleged to have failed to accommodate complainants so he could use the facilities in accordance with his mental delusion. As compensation, Gobert requests whatever relief is provided by the law, including but not limited to affirmative relief and compensatory damages for economic loss, humiliation, mental pain, and suffering. Oh, you're going to go home and kill yourself? I don't care. Stay away from people. Stay away from women. Stay away from girls. You're not allowed to show your dick and balls to young girls, okay? Gilbert took to social media to complain about being denied access to areas where women and girls were undressed. In a Facebook post, Gilbert suggested he would instead frequent a different facility, Island Spa and Sauna, as an alternative to King Spa. Gobert claims to have reached out directly to Island Spa in one comment saying, "I've spoken with them personally and the trans welcoming." That means they're pedo adjacent. Let me translate. They're pedo adjacent. According to admission policies posted on Island Spa's website, all guests, including transgender guests, have the right to act. So you let men around naked children. Fuck you. The company provides. Okay. Again, apparently I have to express my opinion in a different way. So hang on. Hang on. Let's step back. This is what I think of people who hurt children. This is what I think of people who hurt children. Okay. If anyone causes these little ones who believe in me to stumble, it would be better for them to have a large millstone hung around their neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. You dig? You understand? Am I speaking clearly? Leave children alone. We have a body positive and accepting environment. Respect your fellow bather and help us create a safe blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Additionally, rules regarding the bathing area explicitly stipulate that nudity is a requirement. Bathing suits and clothing are not allowed in the bathing area. Traditional Korean spas require all guests to be fully nude in our gender-separated bathhouses. A woman who was a regular patron of Island Spa told Redux that she and several of her acquaintances would no longer visit the sauna out of fear of their privacy and safety. Correct. The woman, who has requested to remain anonymous, pointed out that Asian women in particular were horrified to learn of the self-identification policy. What did Milton Friedman say? Vote with your feet. It fills me with dread knowing that fetishist is going to be there. Ooh, good word. And we wouldn't know when. I am never going there again. I am absolutely concerned about other women and girls. My circle is mainly Asian women, and everyone was horrified to hear about it. We won't be going there now, she said. Well, Asians don't speak up when black people are put in front of them for college, right? Asians have to score, what, 450 points higher on their SATs than African Americans who just get how many points for writing their name? Maybe should have spoke up a little sooner. Why isn't it Asians suing Harvard and the University of North Carolina? Why is it my people trying to stand up for you? Why should a naked man be in there with the women at all? We don't care about his gender identity, his mental delusion. He can always use the co-ed section. Why does he want to be where women and girls are naked? The spa is used by teen girls too. Millstone. Instead, spa's admission policy allows access to children over the age of 10 on a regular basis and hosts family days once per month, which permit entry to children under the age of 10 years old. Gobert's Instagram profile reveals that he follows a range of fetish-related accounts. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything for him. It's like Tom Wolfe with his fucking red flag law, which he tried to pass after the Supreme Court said in the New York Rifle Company against Bruin decision that red flag laws are stupid. They're stupid. They don't work. They don't mean red flag laws against their marginalized little puppies. Oh, so a trans person has pictures of naked children? Well, fuck you. If you don't let him look at naked children, he might go home and kill himself. Millstone. Among them are women lingerie company Honey Burdette and sex toy realtor Wet for Her. Hashtags followed by Gilbert include lesbian, boy in a dress, men in dresses, and the misspelled nude is normal, which featured photos of naked or nearly naked women, often in sexualized poses. Yeah, well, look, people look at porn. I don't care. The bottom line is it kids? Look, are you trying to say this is a red flag? On Twitter, Gobert has stated that he's not any genital surgery and clarified that he has no intent. Right. So in other words, I claim I'm a woman. I have a dick and balls. I want to be allowed around your naked women and naked kids. Fuck you. Stay away from my children. Honestly, I go back and forth, and it's women like you that help me feel more secure in considering to remain no op. Thank you. Yeah. Gobert's legal claim comes as gender identity policies allowing adult men into areas of undress designated for women and children are coming under national scrutiny. This week, news reports circulated revealing that a trans-identified male is facing multiple indecent exposure charges after repeatedly stripping down in the women's locker room, including where minors were present. Yes. How many stories do I have to cover before you get the fucking memo? In January, a young woman became the target of trans activist vitriol after she took to a city council meeting in California to report that she had seen a male in the YMCA locker rooms. 17-year-old Rebecca Phillips teared up as she recounted her experience at the January 11th meeting, stating she had seen a naked male in the woman's locker room. Right. The mentally deranged lunatic, 66, Christopher Lilly Wren Wood, announced publicly that he was the man that Phillips had been referring to in her testimony. Redux would later find that Woods had a disturbing social media history that included posting photos of little girls he compared himself to. It goes further than that. I covered that story. In 2021, another Korean spa in the United States became a flashpoint for debates on gender ideology after a trans-identified sex offender had been granted access to the woman's facilities. We Spa A Jim Joe Bang style establishment in Los Angeles, California, was the subject of international attention after a video recorded by a female patron went viral on social media. In the video, the woman confronts spa staff because of a nude male who was exposing himself in front of women and girls in the women's changing room. The incident was initially dismissed as a transphobic hoax by progressive commentators, but later would be verified by police who issued a warrant for the arrest of Darren A.G. Marringer, a registered sex offender. Marringer was arrested in December of 2022. Well, registered sex offender could also mean they took a piss behind a dumpster and a kid walked upon that. So again, I still want to see, I want to see the record. I want to see the record. Okay. I don't believe you just because you are saying something I support. I still want to see the criminal record. I want as much evidence as possible. I want all the evidence. All of it. Okay. You're new to my channel. We cover defensive gun use. This is the gun violence archive. And I hate people who can't answer very, 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 very basic questions. As you can see so far, this is a privately run website, which of course the news hates. As you can see so far, and this isn't every reported incident in the country, 63 mass shootings. I cover these, the defensive gun uses. There's been 117 uses of people defending themselves with a gun. Yeah. And all the people who want gun control, fuck you. You want to defend yourself? I don't understand. Oh, the police are slave patrols. Oh, I defended myself with a gun. No. You're supposed to call the police. Make up your fucking mind. Okay, so the story we have today, coming out of Mount Airy. Mount Airy man shot in the neck after breaking into a home, police say. Mount Airy police said a man armed with a gun broke through the front door of a home before he was shot in the neck by the homeowner as soon as he stepped inside. Yeah, don't break in my home. Good for the homeowner. Wow, you mean the police weren't there? You mean reaching for my cell phone wasn't going to save my life or the life of my wife or children? Oh, that's crazy, bro. But I love the people who, oh, the poor criminal. Fuck the criminal. North Carolina, Mount Airy, North Carolina. An intruder was shot in the neck during an attempted home invasion in Mount Airy Tuesday, according to police. The Mount Airy Police Department said they received a call about a shooting around 4:19 p.m. on Andrew Street. When police arrived, they found the homeowner, Joshua Wade Murphy, 41, standing with a shotgun in his front yard. 26-year-old Daniel Scott Lasky Brown of Mount Airy was lying in the front yard with a gunshot wound to his neck. Investigators identified Brown as a suspect. They said he broke into Murphy's home through the front door as he was armed with a gun. Well, there you go. Once Brown came through the front door, Murphy shot him in the neck. Good. I have no problem with this. Sounds like castle doctrine to me. Don't break in people's homes. Don't threaten women and children. Don't threaten people's families. Get a job. I mean, you're black. They're just handing them out to you, hand over fist. They're letting you be in front of Asians now. You don't even have to, you can write your name on the SATs and be put in front of all the Asians with fucking 5.0 GPAs. After consulting with the Surrey County District Attorney's Office, there will be no criminal charges filed at this time. Well, I hope not. I'm so tired of the poor fucking criminal. Leave us alone. Jesus. And for some of that Baltimore excellence. Let me see. I'm sure this isn't going to surprise anybody. 2 articles about what's happening in Baltimore. So we had a big breaking story. Let me pull it up here. Hang on, let me reset. So Baltimore City is facing a devastating reality as the latest round of state test scores are released. Project Baltimore. I'll have it playing after the ad. Project Baltimore analyzed the results and found a shocking number of Baltimore City schools where not a single student is doing math at grade level. Sure. We're not living up to our potential. You don't have any potential, said Giovanni Patterson, a Baltimore resident who made headlines in January 2022 when he filed a lawsuit against Baltimore City schools. The suit claims the district is failing to educate students and in the process misusing taxpayer funds. Oh, you don't say. I guess we're not playing. We, the taxpayer, are funding our own demise, Patterson said at the time. Patterson was born in Baltimore. He has seen the failures firsthand, but when Project Baltimore showed him the latest test results for the city, he was momentarily rendered speechless. The Maryland State Department of Education recently released the 2022 state test results known as MCAP, Maryland Comprehensive Assessment Program. I guess teaching black kids about George Floyd really isn't as important as teaching them how to read, huh? Baltimore City math scores were the lowest in the state. Just 7% of 3rd through 8th graders tested proficient in math, which means 93% could not do math at grade level. Well, last time I checked, math was racist. Hang on. This is pissing me off. I want to play the video. So give me 1 second. It's just funny. No, it's funny. I can't find it on YouTube. That's interesting. I can't find it on YouTube. That's weird. I'll just keep reading. Baltimore City math scores are the lowest in the state. Holy crap, bro. Leave me alone. Can I read the fucking article? Project Baltimore found in 23 Baltimore City schools, there were 0 students who tested proficient in math, not a single student. But I bet they know how to protest. But I bet they know that hoodies are black culture, right? I bet they know who Trayvon Martin, Rodney King, and George Floyd and Breonna Taylor are, right? But they can't do fucking math. No, we just passed them. It just sounds like these schools now have turned into essentially babysitters with no accountability. Correct. This is the future of our city. We've got to change this. Among the list of schools, there are 10 high schools, 8 elementary schools, 3 middle high schools, and 2 elementary middle schools. 2,000 students in total took the state math test at these schools. Not one could do math at grade level. These kids can't do math. You're not preparing them to buy groceries. You're not preparing them to do accounting, to count their own money. You're not preparing them to read contracts and negotiate salaries, said Patterson. Maryland Governor Wes Moore delivered his first State of the State address last week. His first State of the State. We made the largest investment in public education by any governor in our state's history, Moore said during his speech, making his feelings about public education clear. It's one of our top priorities. We can no longer separate our vision for economic prosperity from the duty to make Maryland's public schools the best in the nation. Okay. After his State of the State address, Project Baltimore reached out to Moore's office, asking to speak with him about his plans to improve education. Before becoming governor, Moore lived in Baltimore. Project Baltimore wanted to ask him how he plans to help city students, especially those who attend the 23 schools. Governor Moore's office did not respond, but city schools did send Project Baltimore a statement with steps it's taking to improve math scores, including professional development for teachers, summer learning, and an extended learning program at the end of the day. So more money. The statement said in part, "We're confident these instructional strategies will help us to regain the momentum and progress we experienced before this was happening. Do not blame the fucking pandemic. Don't do that. 0%. What are you preparing these kids for?" said Patterson. "Are we expecting these kids to kill off themselves? I mean, we see the number of teen shootings happening just this year. What jobs are we preparing these kids for? That's the future." Project Baltimore found 3 additional schools where 0 students tested proficient in math, where we did not include in the list of 23. One of those schools is for incarcerated youth, and the other 2 are students with disabilities. And it's important to note, another 20 Baltimore City schools had just 1 or 2 students test proficient in math. Baltimore City schools with just 1 or 2 students proficient. Oh, they list the schools. Oh, good for you. Wow, interesting. So I'm not sure why the video wasn't playing, but I have an idea. So you're wondering, what are they doing in school? Oh, don't worry. Big Time got a story out of Baltimore. Big Time got a story. Here's what they're doing in Baltimore.
This is demanding answers from lawmakers in Annapolis in the face of 2 major problems we're seeing across the state: violent repeat offenders and juvenile crime. Now, when it comes to black,
see, already. Oh, everybody does it. black. Let's see if they show the photos.
Juvenile crime, the situation is dire in Baltimore City. At least 15 young people have been shot this year. That's more than 1 month's time. 4 of those victims have died. Juveniles aren't the only victims of crime. We're also seeing more examples of them committing crimes as well. And being
wow. Okay, so I'm going to propose a question right here. So we just read a story that says that no kids are proficient in math, right? So they can't count. So I'm just curious, do they know that this is 100? Do they know how many grams go in this bag? Do they know how to use a scale? Do they know how much weight these are? If somebody says, hey, this is this costs $1,200, do they know how many hundreds? Do they memorize the green paper with the dead white guys on it? How does that work? I'm pretty sure, like, do these drug dealers have like an Asian child slave in their basement somewhere that does all the counting for them? I don't think they do, right? So I understand that you're saying that your schools suck and no one's passing math and they don't know how to use math, but could they interview? This says one just 15. Can they talk to this 15-year-old and be like, hey, how many hundreds are 10 of these $100 bills? If he says 1,000, are you seeing the issue? Are you seeing what they value? They don't value the school. They value being a little hood bug. They value having money. They value the social clout in their community. They value being a shooter. They don't value doing schoolwork. Again, if we let's ask one of these black kids who's selling drugs. If we take 10 100s, how much money is that? If he says 1,000, are you seeing the issue here? Does that make sense what I'm saying?
being accused. In Annapolis, 5 teenagers are in custody accused of having guns and drugs. Maxine Stryker has a closer look at the most recent example of a repeat offender and what lawmakers are doing about the problem. Our team coverage begins with Keith Daniels and what happened in Annapolis.
Well, Anne Arundel County Police say it all began with an attempted traffic stop.
That is not the voice I expected. Oh, a traffic stop. I thought those were racist after Tyree Nichols.
That turned into a police pursuit. And now 5 teens arrested, reigniting the ongoing concern about juvenile crime.
Yeah, not much I can do about ads.
In Annapolis, the announcement: 5 teenagers, the youngest 15 years old, arrested in connection with gun and drug charges, captured at a hotel.
So instead of being in school, they'd rather be drug dealers. Hey, look, if that's what they want to be, fine. Just, I don't know what to say, bro. It's what you value. And don't fucking tell me culture. You have it wrong. Culture doesn't make people. People make culture.
Arundel County Police call it a significant seizure.
The significance getting the 3 handguns off the streets. The 3 handguns were in possession of.
Why the fuck are we getting a phone of an interview? Why can't you just enter? What the fuck?
Of 5 individuals who were all under the age of 21, which makes them prohibited from possessing a handgun.
Police say an officer tried making a traffic stop Monday night at about 9:15 in the area of Meade Village Road and Meade Village Circle in Several.
But don't worry, guys. The George Floyd Act, they won't be allowed to pull over black people anymore because that's racist.
The officer spotted a registration violation, activated his emergency lights. The vehicle sped away, but was eyeballed by aviation officers. The police helicopter followed the vehicle to the Hampton Inn on Womack Drive in Annapolis.
All 5 people got out of the vehicle, went to a nearby business, and dumped some sort of article behind that business.
Officers on the ground arrived, moved in. They say they recovered a backpack and cited 3 loaded handguns, about 2 pounds of suspected marijuana, and just over $1,800 in cash.
But I thought there was no economic opportunity. But bro, they poor. No. What do they value? They value being criminals. They don't value doing schoolwork. They want to be drug dealers.
All 5 suspects, ranging in age from 15 to 19, arrested
I want to see the pictures.
and charged. One of the latest examples of a troubling trend. More and more crime involving juveniles, not just a problem for Baltimore City, but also in the surrounding counties, including in Harford County, where the sheriff says the new laws keep its deputies from holding kids accountable, contributing to significantly more crime in his county.
Gang members are realizing if they can grab younger people and use them in their trade, they can't be held accountable for anything.
Juvenile crime concerns voiced by law enforcement, but State Senator Jill Carter is on record suggesting crime impacting young people may not be as critical as some believe. Carter believing it's not out of control, making that point last month when asked about Governor Wes Moore naming Vincent Schiraldi to serve as the new Juvenile Services Secretary.
He brings a wealth of knowledge to the table. I also think he might be able to help shape the correct narrative based on the correct data and kind of counter the
But for some reason, we never see that data. For some reason, they always try to manipulate the numbers. Like, for instance, they showed 5 names. Can I see the mugshots? I know who they are. 99% chance I know who they are. But for some reason, you won't show me that.
concept that it's all out of control and nothing's being done.
Still, as the number of cases involving juvenile offenders mount, so does the concern for some observers.
There's a problem. I don't know if a curfew would work, but maybe it would help.
Well, no.
Bro, old man, keep your mouth shut. You have nothing intelligent to add to this conversation. A curfew? Oh, that's right, guys. A curfew is going to stop this. I swear, like you're a functional, like you're retarded, bro. A curfew? Just proof that sometimes the older you are, you just get dumber longer.
It would work, but maybe it would help.
Well, no word now if those juveniles will be charged as adults. Reporting now, Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
In Baltimore City, police are searching for the person responsible for shooting and killing 16-year-old Andre Moreno in Northeast Baltimore on Sunday. Moreno was a student at Edmondson West Side High School, the same school where 5 other students were shot last month. One of them, 16-year-old Deontay Dorsey, was also killed.
No marching? No protests? Oh, I see. So when you can't blame white people, you don't care. She just said 5 kids were shot and this kid is dead. Maybe 2 kids are dead. That's in a month. I see. So in other words, when black people murder children, Obama, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, BBC, Don Lemon, Trevor Noah, D.L. Hughley, Roland Martin, Tiny Hesse Coates. I can keep going. They don't care. And weak-ass white people don't care either. Where are the marching? Where are the protests? Where are the people who are demanding police reform? You should be demanding black reform from the community.
Community members say the violence is getting out of hand and they don't see an end in sight.
It is getting worse, but what can you do? You can't take their guns away because they still gonna get them back. So I really don't know what to do no more.
Well, we want to know what you think. Do lawmakers in Annapolis need to do more to address juvenile crime? So far, 100% of voters say yes. Head to foxbaltimore.com/vote to weigh in.
All right. So that's my that's my little stream for the day. So again, just interesting. So the schools are failing. They're not teaching kids math, but 15-year-olds still know how to measure things. They still know how to measure. They still know how to count the money. So I'm just curious, like, do they really not know how to count the money? Do they really not know? Or it's just what they value? Anyway, I'm Big Time. That's news to me.